Welcome to Joy in Our Town, the ultimate source for community information. I'm your host, Rachel Miller, and I am so delighted that you are with me today. Well, today's program is packed with great information to keep you healthy and fit. Also, on the second half of today's broadcast, if you love pets, got two adorable little pets in the studio. We're going to talk about pet adoptions and some other things that you may need to know as a pet owner if you own pets. On the first half of today's broadcast, I am so honored and thrilled to have one of Atlanta's very own doctors here that is really making a difference as it relates to health and nutrition and making sure that you are living a life of being fit and being healthy all the days of your life. We've invited Dr. Byron Jackson to join us. He is a health coach with the Center for Health and Healing. He's also a chiropractor, so we're looking forward to getting this great information from Dr. Jackson. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thanks for having me today, Rachel. It's an absolute pleasure.
It's a delight to have you. Let's begin with talking about the true meaning of being healthy. You hear so many people say, oh, you know, you got to live healthy, be healthy, be fit, all these great things. But what does it truly mean?
Rachel, that is an excellent question. And the reason I say that is because of the hundreds of patients I've taken care of. What I found is that the majority of people have no idea what it means to be truly healthy. So I think the first place to really start is to really define health, right? And the definition of health is really looking at the body, and you have to recognize that it's not just merely the absence of the sickness and the diseases, but it's really optimum function. In other words, it's optimum cell function. And sickness, on the other hand, is really an interference in the expression of that health, if that makes sense.
Okay. Please elaborate.
Okay. So the natural state of the body, the natural default state is to be healthy. I'm sure you would agree, right? The natural state is for a person to be healthy.
Correct.
But now if a person is not expressing health, what that simply means is that there's some level of deficiency and or toxicity in the body. So as a health coach, as a chiropractor, what I do is I look across a person's lifestyle domains, and I simply look at how they're eating, how they're moving, and how they're thinking. And that's what prompted me when I wrote my first book, Think Large or Dare You, because a lot of people, you know, they work out, and a fair decent amount of people eat pretty healthy, but some people have such a negative outlook on life. So I really wanted to inspire people and motivate them to have a better outlook on life, to really have a hope and inspiration for life.
Okay, so basically you're saying the way that you think also attributes to
absolutely,
your health?
Absolutely.
Please explain.
Okay, well, for me to really unpack all of the different lifestyle choices a person can make around eating, thinking, and moving would really be going too far forward, because we really need to take a step back and really understand how the body works, because when you understand how the body works, then you can make the best choices around being healthy.
Okay, all right.
And so, for the most part, people pretty much understand how their body works when it comes to cardiovascular or the circulatory system, right? So a lot of people can tell you how their blood flows or how their heart pumps, things like that. But what astounds me is that from all the people I work with, hardly no one understands how their nervous system works. They don't understand how their immune system works, and they definitely don't understand there is an intimate relationship between the two. So I think the best use of my time here for your viewers today is to really gain an understanding or an appreciation at the top level for what it means to have a healthy immune system and a healthy nervous system, because you're only as strong as your immune system.
Okay, very good. So let's talk about the importance of having a healthy immune system. What will that do for your body and in protecting your health? Awesome
Question. Well, for the most part, people understand that your brain runs everything in your body, right? So what people don't understand, though, Rachel, is that your brain, it has a continuation known as your spinal cord, and that goes through your spinal column. And now that spinal cord, it branches out and it forms your nervous system. And now the critical thing about that nervous system is that that's essential for the overall health of your body. You see, for your body to talk to your brain and your brain to talk back to your body, there has to be a flow of communication that takes place. And that flow of communication takes place across the nervous system. So as long as there's no interference in that, then you're working optimally and your body's functioning at 100%. But the problem comes whenever there's an interference. Whenever you have that interference in that flow of communication, eventually over time your body, it'll just move away from health, and that's called subluxation.
Okay, very good. So how do you know that your body is beginning to make that shift from being healthy to unhealthy?
Well, the critical thing is to know that you don't feel that subluxation, that interference in that nervous system. You can't feel that. And what I tell people is that you feel the effects of it. And the effects of subluxation are called symptoms. So common symptoms, are things like numbness, tingling, burning, pain syndromes, things like that. But now, if that subluxation's been there for an extended period of time, that's when you hear people complain of headaches or allergies, asthma, indigestion, heart, lung, or even digestive problems. But now, what I need the viewers to really understand is that all of those symptoms, they happen late into the problem. They don't happen at the beginning. For example, if someone had a heart attack, it's obvious they had heart disease for years leading right up into that attack. So, Rachel, let me ask you, if that person felt fine the day before the attack, that doesn't mean that they were healthy, right?
Correct.
So how you feel is not only inaccurate, but it's also a very dangerous way to gauge how healthy you really are.
So how do you determine then how healthy you really are?
Right. So the best thing is to make sure that you have a healthy nervous system. And just like to check your blood pressure or to check your cholesterol, there's specialized tests by a specialist. And a chiropractor is uniquely qualified in healthcare to really check your nervous system and to really see if you have subluxation, if you have interference in their nervous system.
And how does that procedure work? How are you able to determine that as a chiropractor?
Well, before I can tell you how that works, if I tell people what causes that interference, then that'll ring a bell, and it's like, well, I may have that, I may need to get checked, right?
Okay.
So the causes of that interference, the causes of those subluxation are obvious things like motor vehicle accidents, sports injury, slips and falls. But what I find in the office much more commonly is that subluxation, that interference, it tends to be the cumulative effect of our own bad habits. So things like sports injuries, like I said, which are the obvious things, but beyond that, poor posture, poor sleeping, poor sitting, poor nutrition, right, and stress. Now, all of those things, they tend to just stack up on top of each other until we get sick, something breaks down, or we just hurt bad enough till we get motivated to find a doctor. Now, spending any time in my office, Richard, you're going to find out real quick, I take care of a lot of children. And that's kind of surprising to some people, right, because they're like, well, Dr. Byron, why does a child need to see a chiropractor? Well, the most recent research indicates that most of our problems, they started way back when we were little. Think about all the falls you take, or that your daughter takes, right, and learning to walk or ride a bike or even play sports. And now some of our patients actually experience their very first spinal trauma, therefore their first subluxation, right at the beginning, at the birth process, and that delivery itself. And so that's why we make it our highest priority to check each member of the family so we can record a written record for the early detection for problems just like subluxation, so that those little ones have the very best opportunity to grow up healthy and develop optimally, opposed to waiting for a crisis like you and I were taught.
I've talked to people who have said they have never in their life, individuals, maybe they're in their 60s or 70s, 80s, never visited a chiropractor. How do you get an individual who perhaps has never had that type of a treatment to understand the importance and the benefits of what it can actually do for the body?
Well, it's really about education. And I've always been taught that if you learn something that's worthwhile, it's worth sharing. And so that's why at our clinic we do a series of health talks to different Rotary schools, churches, and different business organizations. And we really get out into the community. That's our outreach, so to speak, to really spread the word. Because unfortunately, a lot of people don't know what chiropractors really do. They don't know that we reduce, correct, and then we find those subluxations, those interferences that you don't feel.
You talked about stress, which I think is very
Absolutely.
Interesting. And how does stress connect with the whole chiropractic care? How does that go hand in hand in your body and causing perhaps it not to function the way that it should?
Well, whenever you have stress, the first thing that happens is what? Your heart starts beating real fast, right? When a person gets upset, they may sweat, their blood pressure raises. Well, hormones actually get released in the body in such an amount that it becomes toxic. And now those hormones cause your muscles to have a certain type of reaction, and those muscles will pull that spine out of alignment, applying pressure to that nervous system, and then it interrupts that communication from the brain to the body, and then over time your body, it just starts to move away from health.
Okay, so when you're looking at this, how do you connect it with what you eat on a daily basis?
Well, that's a great question, because just like I told you about that stress, whenever you have poor nutrition, so those are the things like the fast foods, right? People smoking, people drinking, those are toxins that you put in your body. And that is one of the 3 lifestyle domains we look at, that eating, because when you put those toxins in the body, again, it causes a reaction with your muscles surrounding your spine, and it'll misalign that spine. And like I said, your body just moves away from health.
Okay, so what is the very first step that a person needs to do to get on the correct road to living healthy and making sure that they're living a life of being healthy so that they can enjoy longevity and health over their years?
Well, the first thing I would say is to definitely get your spine checked to find out if you have subluxation. Because if you have interference, it's no different from interference in your cell phone. I can be over in Alabama, and if I give you a call, it's as if I'm right next to you, as long as I have, a strong signal. But if there's any interference, that's when the call starts to fade or it may drop. The same thing happens in the body. If there's any interference, if a subluxation exists, your body does not function at 100%, and you don't even know that.
What type of treatment is done to be able to get the body back into the position in which it should be?
Well, because everyone's body is so unique, there's a different care plan for each individual patient. So it depends on their level of subluxation. And like how you said, someone who's been on the planet for 50, 60, 70 years, their care plan is going to be a lot different from when I take care of a newborn.
Okay, very good. And I didn't even know newborns went to a chiropractor.
Think about that birth process. It's pretty traumatic, although it's a blessing. But, it's pretty traumatic when you think about that entire birth process. And there's nobody there really checking the health of that nervous system of that baby.
What is your advice as far as, you talked about what you eat, and we only have a couple of minutes left, but what about being fit and staying active? Is that something that is also as equally as important?
Well, being fit, eating healthy, having a positive attitude are all great things. However, if there's any interference in your body, then you're not going to be able to absorb those foods properly. You're not going to recover from those workouts, and you won't be able to manage the mental stress that you have on a daily basis. So those 3 things are important, but the foundation is having a healthy immune system.
All right, very good, and just wonderful information, Dr. Jackson, that you've shared with us on the broadcast. And if you are interested in learning more about the Center for Health and Healing, or speaking with Dr. Byron Jackson, who's a health coach, we do have that contact information available to you on the screen, drdady.com, and of course, telephone number 770-590-7771 for more information. Well, that's all the time that we have for this segment. We're going to take a break and come back with some more very important information and some special little visitors that have 4 legs. They're going to be with us on the next segment, so don't go away. We'll be right back.